Hi, this is Tracy with Arizona Reef guys and gals, and let's go in and today we're going to be looking at the coral life and see what Mr. Keith Jasinich has to say about RODIs. Here we go. Okay, we're live.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
So
You're here.
we're just talking. I have this problem. I live in Santan Valley, which some of you guys may or may not know has horrible, horrible water. My nitrates are literally through the roof coming out of my tap. Like, I can't measure them. And so I just bought an RODI system for my saltwater tank so I don't keep killing everything. But you were telling me that there's still things that can get through the RODI system even if I have zero TDS.
Correct. Well, what kind of RODI system do you have in the first place? Is it a 3-stage, 4-stage, 5-stage?
It's a 4-stage, and it's coming out zero TDS. I just have like a basic TDS checker though.
Okay. Well, as far as the stages, are you running, obviously, sediment filter, carbon blocks, DI cartridge, and membranes? As far as the TDS coming out zero, you're basically killing a lot of the, your carbon's blocking the chloramines and chlorine, everything within the water before it's actually going through the membrane, and then basically pressurizing it, cleaning out the rest of the organics, and then getting your DI cartridge, you're trying to strip from silicates and other impurities in the water that the membranes and everything else emits. Now, when it comes to your DI cartridge, just because you're running one stage of DI doesn't necessarily mean you're getting all the silicates out of the water that can cause issues like diatoms, because silicates do not register as a totally dissolved solid.
I do have diatoms. It's interesting that you predicted that.
So diatoms can be an issue of feeding on silicates, whether it be in the sand bed, whether it be something from the RO system. It can be even instabilities in water parameters. So it's a good possibility that just because the mentality is set there that, oh, hey, my gauge is showing zero TDS on it, doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting all those impurities out of the water system.
So what do I do to get the silicates or everything out then, if you were in my situation?
With your area, and like I said earlier, with us being in San Fran as well, I run multiple stages of DI because in the investments you have in your aquarium, so let's say, aquarium here, there's a couple $1,000s into it, compared to even like my personal reef where I have $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 invested in it, whether it be livestock, coral, fish coral, any of the equipment that are in it. A $30 DI cartridge or an add-on cartridge or a $60 add-on basically system to it, allowing you to make sure that you get the absolute most perfect quality out of your water is a good investment for something that you're saving hundreds of thousands of whatever loss that you lost in the fish. So all that fish that you lost because of the issues before using RODI, which again, there's some locally that say, oh, you can use tap water, you can use prime, things basically kill them.
Which I did fine in Chandler for a year, by the way.
Right.
But then I moved to Santan Valley, and our water is dangerous.
But even at that, anything in salt water, you really want to make sure that your water is absolutely the most pristine that you can get it.
Oh, sure, and I did have diatoms there too. But, okay, so you would do a 5-stage?
I would add on an extra stage of DI for exactly your aquarium use to make sure that anything that hit the first cartridge gets to the second, that you're eliminating the chances of it getting through. And that's, again, like saying earlier, I'm bringing a HANA tester in to test out silicates out of our water. So when somebody comes into the shop locally, I can go in and I can say, hey, look, my handheld meter shows zero TDS. My RO system says it's zero TDS post-membrane or post-DI. But look what I'm actually getting on my handheld for silicates. Granted, whether I do or not, I don't know until we actually do it.
I'm sure you would even in Santan Valley, though.
But the ability to be able to say to a consumer that walks in the store and like, hey, my water's reading zero TDS, if I were to have the same conversation. Because this conversation happens all the time. Facebook, and any of the forums, Reef Central, Reef to Reef, everyone RODIs are critical. There's been a few people that say tap water, no big deal in a reef tank. But again, you're dealing with inhabitants that now they're starting to have more bans on them. They're going up more in cost on certain things. It's not worth the risk, even for buying a new RO system if you didn't have it, to make the $200 or $300 investment for a system that you can use both for drinking water at home and that you can actually use for your aquarium is a great investment.
Awesome. So that HANA test kit, is that something that like I'd have to bring my water here for you to test?
Correct, or you can actually buy the handhelds. We do sell HANA instruments. This is not something normally stocked, but it's something that we're going to want to test out and see how it, correlates with the professional lab grade test. Obviously, with home test kits, there's a certain plus or minus range that they're accurate in, but it's better to have a general understanding of what is going on within your water or before you even put it into your investment. And to be able to actually have, again, an idea of what's going on with it. You don't want to just kind of shoot in the dark at things because you're taking a big risk that's not necessarily needed. It's something that you can cut down. But yeah, the test kits, I mean, for HANAs, they run like $49 plus whatever tax may be.
Interesting.
But even at that, test kits, you test your own water at home most of the time, or most consumers do. And if not, same thing. I mean, test kits aren't that expensive. It's worth to know what's going on in your tank, or visually seeing what's going wrong with versus what a test kit is saying, so you kind of know. So let's say you go on vacation for a week. The tank looks great when you leave, but then when you come back home and you kind of see some of the colors are a little bit pale, maybe an algae issue. Let's go back to talking about water quality with it. You have maybe hair algae that's going on in the tank, but your test kits are showing 0 nitrates, 0 phosphates. A lot of that stuff is stuff that's within the water column, so your test kits won't necessarily pick it up because a lot of the nutrients are being absorbed by the nuisance algae that's in the aquarium, so it's not allowing, it's basically free floating in the water column, so it's not something that's easily picked up as it would be stuck to basically an item, so when you put in your test, so that's why you're getting false readings and not necessarily true readings. So again, to be able to test off, and going back to the water, you can test your stuff at home, but it's also a good idea to sometimes bring it by somewhere else that has a little bit different equipment for them to be able to run a test on it and see what it comes back with them, because second, third, and fourth opinions are better than, just your opinion or whatever you read on a forum or whatever you read on a group, because everybody has their own opinions to do things and how they do their own things, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's right for your setup.
Awesome.